Seeing a green light, I'm getting a wave from everyone, so I think we are live. Welcome everyone. My name is James Maitland. I'll be taking you through today. Very excited. I can see a ton of names dropping in there, so that's very excited. John, Mary, Jennifer, Elizabeth, William, Michael, David, Susan, Joseph, welcome. Too many more to keep reading, so welcome everyone. Very excited to be here today. This is a new system. As I've said to everyone, it really would have been our preferred option to have been seeing all of you face to face and having a party. Unfortunately, due to travel restrictions, I know that's not possible. With new technology, there always comes potential pitfalls. If we are glitching or we've got issues, bear with us. It does take a few moments to get things working right. If you're seeing a big issue, drop it in the Q&A. And I've got Tracy here with me that's just outside of screen. She's manning the Q&A and we'll try to get back to you. If it's really technical, who knows how to help, but drop something in and we'll try and get hold of you. Those of you, I can see the limit. It looks like we're getting very close to being maxed out, if not fully maxed out. So if you've got family members or friends who are trying to jump in and the numbers are locked out, we're live on Facebook now. Is that right? We're live? Yep, okay, good, we're live. How do we go there? Facebook.com, Salvo Property Group, yep, okay. Put that in. I'm not on the book, so who knows how you go there exactly, but I'm sure you'll know. All right, I was really just wasting time here and talking rubbish to get started. So I think everyone's on board. Tracy, can we share the screen and let's get stuck into it. All right, Jack, you can see that screen okay? Just give us a wave. Yep. Greg, you can see the screen okay? Thumbs up. Great. All right. So look, as I said, everyone, welcome to the preview of your new home in Palladium Tower. I'm joined on the call today by a number of people from our office. To save time, we will introduce them as we get to each section. But rest assured, we will try to get through this as quick as possible. I know a lot of you might be hungry, looking for dinner. Hopefully you're at home, slippers on, dressing gown and a nice single malt scotch on the rocks. If you're not and you're still at work, working like a dog like the rest of us, thank you for taking the time out of your day to join us. The question and answer is open now. We will just try and answer questions throughout. Those of you that have just jumped in, I've got someone helping me here, Tracy, that I believe most of you would have met via email asking any questions. So throw them through. She will answer them for you best she can. If we have a general question that I think is relevant to everyone, I will try and ask that question live and answer it for you. If we don't get to all of them, I apologise. We will get back to you after the session's finished. If we've got time permitting, we will also try to ask those questions at the end. I tend to talk a lot. If we go off the rails, everyone will wave wildly at me. Someone can go crazy, put it in the Q&A and say that I'm boring you, and I'll try to get stuck into it. All right, can we just reset the time? All right, so I'd like to ask everyone a question to get started. I want to know, what do you think is going to win the day? Is it timing the market or time in the market? So is it picking the right time to invest in a new home or actually being invested in a new home over the long term? What do you think? I know one of our friends, Colin's on here. I don't think I can see him here at the moment. Hopefully he's online. He's the smartest guy in the room. According to him, I'm sure he'd know the answer. Yeah, I think you can see him there. All right, answer is time in the market. So there is a wrong answer, which is time in the market. I know we're all taught very early on to buy low, sell high, and that is very important. However, I think the most important thing is to have time in the market. Real estate and homes is a long-term investment. So it's very important that you ride through those short-term fluctuations. Don't focus purely just on price and really look to buy value. So if I can sum it up in other words, or a better way to say it, is that it's not just about the price, but it's about the value that you get. So the good news is what you guys should be doing is identifying the value and then buying that value. because it's not price in itself which turns into value. It's the right price with a good intrinsic value in what you buy in your home. So good news is you've already purchased value because you bought a new home in Palladium Tower. You've started this process. I'm excited to welcome all you guys to your new home and really, really looking forward to seeing you when you get here. Palladium Tower, it's a Reading Award-winning building, and it is going to be even better when it's finished. All right, I've been chastising everyone for the last few minutes. So those of you that don't know much about Salvo Property Group, who are we, what do we do? Look, we do a lot of things. One of them is building your new home, of course, but ultimately everything that we do is all about creating homes for people. So whether that be helping people buy a new home, building a home for them, right down to the other end of the spectrum where people are moving out of their parents' house perhaps for the first time and looking to rent their first home. And of course, one of our favourite customer groups, investors, who really are a key focus for us. And it's really, really exciting to have a lot of you investors on the call today as well. Over the last decade, we've built more than 4,500 homes for people. This building is another few hundred for you. So very, very excited to see you guys in here. So Salvo Property Group, what do you get and what's the difference you're getting with your home in Palladium Tower? First thing, location. You're getting that location that meets the golden rule of location, location, location. South Bank is fantastic. We're going to run through some of the key features later as we head up to one of the guys on the roof and actually check out that view and see how close all the great amenities are. Value, I've talked about that before. You've brought at the right price and you are getting a ton of value in this building, and I can't wait for the guys to show you around the common area so you can see what you're going to be moving into. Type. I touched on it before. You've got to have the right type of home for the right location. So, you know, we talk about this all the time. Perhaps for those of you that are investors that are on the call, you know, you may live in a very different type of home in a particular location to what you should be considering as an investment home. So it's really important that you match the market. You know, owning an investment property is a mini business in its own right, and you need to deliver exactly what the customers are looking for. On the flip side, if you are moving in, you'll love this inner city lifestyle. We love the place so much so, for those of you that don't know, we will be having our Salvo Property Group head office right here in the building on level 1 and 2. That is how good this place is. Finance. How many times do people buy a property and they don't think about the finance? The great thing with us, I'm sure most of you have probably already been chatting to our internal brokers. So we are part of the largest broker network in Australia, Australian Financial Group. And that gives us access to over 28 banks and really makes sure that you can buy with the peace of mind and we can deliver the best financial outcome for you. Lastly, management. It doesn't matter whether you're moving in and living here, you're an investor, you're based here in Melbourne, or perhaps you live interstate or overseas. We can take care of every aspect of the management. So whether that be one of our favourites, property management for the investors, building management, facilities management. I've got a couple of the guys here off camera that were getting very, very pumped and excited when I mentioned facilities management, building management. They're here on site. They've been working tirelessly to get this building commissioned. And they are some of the differences that you get with us. We aren't the kind of developer who builds you a home and then leaves you hanging. We are here throughout the entire journey. And that is why I wanted to start this session by talking about that value and riding through those short-term fluctuations in the market so that you had that time in the market, and we will be there with you side by side. All right, so that's a lot of talk. What about our track record? Do we know this area? Hell yeah. I believe it's working, and you can see that, that short video there. This is our 6th building in this little pocket. Greg might talk about it later. We call this the Golden Triangle. It is the best pocket of South Bank, and the location is second to none. We know what we're doing. We're so excited to have learned what we've learned over our previous buildings and really deliver a great product for you. So what are we going to cover today? There is a ton of things I'd like to cover. I'm obviously going to try and keep this on track. Those of you that perhaps joined us on Saturday last week will know that we ran so far over time, the recording stopped and everyone was waving at me wildly and I just kept on going. So I'm going to try and keep it tight and really get you guys out of here in circa 1 hour. So we're going to run through the settlement process. What are the key dates? What should you be doing and when should you be doing it? I'll let you know where I believe each of you should be right now. we're going to meet Palladium Tower's building. Palladium Tower's builder, apologise for that. We're very, very lucky to be joined by Maxcon today. They are your builder, and I'm going to have a chat with the main man from Maxcon later. Preview the communal areas. This is what you've all been waiting for, and I can't wait to show you the progress through them. And lastly, we touched on it before, home loans and finance. I'm going to run you through what you need to be doing, what the current home loan market is like, and you're going to meet two of the key guys from that business of ours. Unfortunately, what I'm not going to be able to do because of time is run through the market conditions. Those of you that have got questions and want to know a little bit about how the market is performing in Australia, as well as Victoria and Melbourne specifically, the best advice I can give you is we do run another session on Wednesday, every single Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. We are Tuesday today, so that's tomorrow. Yep. The next session is tomorrow. It's a great session. I host it. Most of the guys that you've met today will be on there answering all of your questions. How do you register? What are we going to do? We're going to put it in the chat? Yep, okay. There will be a link dropped in the chat. So if you do have questions about the market, jump on, book yourself a spot there, and in less than 24 hours, you will be able to see all of us again and hit us with those questions. What I will just quickly say is that Australia had a tough year last year, 2020, much like the rest of the world. The coronavirus definitely created an impact for us here. I think we're perhaps one of the best countries in terms of dealing with it. Victoria was hit a little bit harder than the rest of the country. We did have a well-publicised second wave, and we were locked down for 111 days. For those of you that don't know, that is 111 days on Zoom with my kids and my wife, stuck in my house, doing my head in. I was done after one day. I've never been so excited to get back to the office. But what that's really done is it's set the scene. You know, we did do it tough, but most of you that have read the paper or seen some news will see that there is a general consensus across all of the major economic forecasters and all of the major banks that over the next 3 years, we're going to have a very, very nice time in real estate. We're expecting great growth in house prices, and this will be one of those purple patches that you'll really look back on and be very, very happy that you were invested in the market. So as I said, the link is in the chat. It's live now. Yep. So jump on there if you want to ask more, and let's get started. So if you are ready, if you got sick of my voice and you tuned out, we are now starting. The opening is over.